There we go. And we're live.
Oh yeah, of course we are.
Now we just have to wait for the people to come in and go, hello.
Hello, anyone there? Hello. Is it a
Hello.
toffee crisp I see coming from the lampshade?
I know everybody be like, why's Max doing a live early? It's like 9 o'clock at night UK time that I'm usually on. They'll be like, whoa, she's never on this early.
And I'm normally
Nobody
asleep by
expected it.
9 o'clock. That's it. I'm asleep.
Oh, do you know, I wish I could get some bloody sleep. Honestly, we've been poorly. And I've been poorly. My throat just won't clear up at all. I'm about to get some antibiotics. So we'll see if I can get some
Um,
antibiotics.
the
I've
kids,
been on
well,
honey.
Charlotte is absolutely full of a cold.
Yeah.
But it's breaking now, so thank goodness.
Hi, Gillian. Which really wiped me out as well, though. So I think it is an infection,
Yeah, it could be.
because it's really wiped me out. And I've always suffered with throat and ear infections. So I think it's just, I need some antibiotics just to, give it a kick.
Mm.
But they're never going to let me go to bloody doctors, are they? When not that I could anyway. but with coronavirus, you've got to phone up and have like video consultations.
Yeah,
So
it's a load of baloney. Hi,
yeah,
Gillian.
it's just like just give me some antibiotics.
Well, it's like me. I mean, I'm falling all over the place at the moment, and it's just like he keeps saying, "Go to the doctors." I'm like, I really don't want to go. I just don't want to go. And he's going, "Well, you're not going anyway. You just ring them up." And I'm like, "But I can't be bothered. I just can't be bothered."
No, I think I will. Anyway, so as Julie said, my mother-in-law has been taken to hospital with COVID, and it's not looking good. Ex-mother-in-law. Did you like her before her response?
My auntie's recovering nicely.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, she's recovering
Brilliant.
nicely. So,
There's been a few haven't there, these last couple of weeks.
yeah.
Right? Yeah, she's okay. Oh, well, I hope she gets better soon then.
Yes, sending well wishes.
Definitely. Yeah, so what we're going to do, we're going to talk. I found a great website just before me and Beth were just chatting. I said, should we do a live and just chill? It's Sunday and, do something, talk about castles or something, because I do enjoy a castle. I do
I
enjoy
like a
a castle.
castle. But it's not a Castlemaine 4X.
Yeah, Castlemaine. Gosh, can you remember adverts for them? They used to be great, didn't they? Castlemaine
Yeah.
4.
Hi, Mark.
I'm like, yeah, so I found a great website, so I'll be sticking it up in a minute. The website, obviously, and I'm
Okay,
keeping
let's
it
keep
clean.
it clean.
I am because it's not age restricted and it's daytime, but innuendo doesn't count.
Okay, we're okay on that.
As long as there's no swearing.
I'll try not to.
I've got my PJs on and I've got my best blanket over my legs.
Oh, well, I'm
I'm like
dressed.
an
I'm
old
just
woman.
boring.
I'm like an old woman sat here, honestly.
An
Um,
old woman talking about castles.
yeah, talking about castles. That's my rep. That's my rep gone right now. Yeah, so Paul, these castles that we're going to show, I'll probably just do from top or something. I'm going to have a proper good look at this website afterwards because it does look good. But they've all got like legends attached to them and ghost stories or something like that. So we'll be looking at them
Cool.
because looked interested. Oh, honestly, why do I need to get dressed? It's not like I go anywhere, is it?
Well, that's it. I mean, normally on a Sunday, I'm just like slobbing around in my PJs. But just recently, it's just like, no, I need to get dressed. I need to get dressed. Don't know, because
Yeah, I
I'm
should
not
really.
going out anywhere.
Alright, just bear with me. Well, I shall. Well, I share. See if it comes on. Come on, you want to. Oh, don't be a pain in the ass and not go on. Add to stream. Thank you. Yeah, so this is the website. called Great Castles. Just look really cool. So, yeah, Great Castles. So all these down here, if it wants to bloom and move because it's been a pain, or do not crash. Can you still hear me, Beth?
Yes.
It might crash this. Don't crash. Don't crash. Please. Right. I don't know
Are we
why
okay?
that did it then. Right. So these here. Yep. These here are all ones that have got either a ghost story or a legend attached to them in England. They do actually have other places: France, Germany, Scotland, Wales. But we'll just start off with some English ones, I think.
Hi, Nick.
Did I watch the premiere on YouTube? Salisbury Hall. What's the premiere on YouTube last night? No, I haven't. I only live up road from Salisbury Hall, don't I? So, hey Nick. I mean, literally just up road. I was showing you some pictures I took from there, didn't I? A few years ago. It's an amazing place. I
I
ain't got
need
them on
to
this
go.
computer on the other one. Yeah, you should go. It's just beautiful, and it's really like tranquil as well. To me, I've never felt anything bad there, and I've been there umpteen times over the years. So to me, it's just a nice place. I feel tranquil there. I don't even inside. You know.
Well, maybe I should go and then pop to yours for a brew.
Yeah, Money Up Road, but it's only like 12 miles, 13 miles away. So Alnwick Castle. All right.
Elmwick.
Yeah, Elmwick. I can't even pronounce that. So Elmwick. Right. So actually, it looks really pretty, doesn't it?
Yes.
Obviously, all castles are like fortified. They're on a hill or something because they were defensive things.
Well, if I find the castle that I like, I'm moving in.
Are you moving in?
Not this one, no. No.
Right. It might look nicer on the inside than
It
it's
could do, yeah, but on the outside, no, it's not.
It
No.
might be bigger on the outside. Sorry, on the inside. I've never been to it, but it opened my eyes. Yeah. I've seen the White Lady who supposedly haunts her. Well, I think I did. That's you see, this is a thing, but it was actually on the road because she does appear on the road outside on the A6. Did I say hello to Nick? Hi, Nick. Anyway, if you're in.
Yes, you did.
Let's get a history. It's brilliant history with the Southwest. Yep. Do some vids that look epic. We don't have any of that over here. Right, so Alnwick Castle. So apparently it has a dark side. It was said by the 12th century chronicler William of Newbury. I don't know, where's that? How a deceased master of the castle would rise from his tomb during the hours of darkness to prowl the streets of the town. Local priests told how his body left such a stench of death that pestilence broke out. Local villagers blamed the vampire for the outbreak of the plague and set about to bring an end to the misery, William wrote in the Newbury Priory. So apparently, one of the old masters, owners, I don't know, master doesn't sound good, does it?
It sounds a bit servanty, doesn't it? It's just like
it does.
master and mistress. Now, mistress is a good name to have.
All right.
I better put my goggles on because I can't see.
Anyway, they armed themselves, therefore, with sharp spades, and betaking themselves to the cemetery, they began to dig. And whilst they yet thought they would have to dig much deeper, they came upon the body covered with but a thin layer of earth. It was gorged, swollen, with a frightful corpulence. The men.
I'm glad you're reading it, not me.
The men then stuck their bodies with the spades and from the wound poured fresh blood. Fresh flood. I wonder if that's supposed to be blood and they've put fresh blood. I don't know. Proving it was a vampire. The body was then taken from the castle grounds and burned to ashes, after which the pestilence ended. Right. So, why? I mean,
It's a bit.
yeah. I'm not sure whether it would.
Just 1 minute.
Hiya, Jane, darling. I'd like to be drawn to the catacombs I've went over. In the Scottish ones, yeah, there's some good ones. Hi, Jane. Hope you're all right. Yeah, I just find it really weird that the petulance stopped after supposedly stopped after they did that, which I found very strange in that tale. Oh, there's more. On frequent occasions, many people have spotted the ghost of the Grey Lady when walking in the tunnels deep below the castle. She is presumed to be the ghost of a young teenage girl from Victorian times who worked as a maid in the castle. According to legend, she accidentally fell down a chute to the tunnels below one day while working in the kitchens. Poor bugger. Purportedly, the dumbwaiter for rising and lowering food between levels also broke and fell onto her. She had a bad day. Fell on top of her, crushing her. The young, to this day, her spirit roams the dark corridors and passages hidden below the castle. She had a really bad day, didn't she? Blooming heck. Fell down the hall and then the dumbwaiter fell on her. I mean, you don't get much more unlucky than that, do you? Anyway, that's Unlucky Castle. I swear, though. I mean, how unlucky can one person be? Right,
Well, it's probably me who's done that. Falling over.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but as if falling down a bloody big hole weren't bad enough, she ended up with a dumbwaiter on her head too.
Well, that'd be my luck.
Yeah, would be mine as well. Hi, Sandra. How you doing, love? I hope you're all right. Yeah, it would totally be my luck too.
Hi, Sandra.
Yeah, I don't get the vampire one. It was a bit weird if you asked me the vampire story and that. The legend.
The flood.
The
Must
flood, yeah.
blood.
I'm wondering if they meant to say blood and they'd put flood. I don't know. Oh,
It looks pretty.
It does look pretty.
It looks okay. It looks pretty, but it's not for me. I don't want to live in that one.
You don't want to live in that one. Shall we try a new one?
Yeah.
Shall we try a different one then? Okay, let's try a different one. Let's see if we can find Beth's ancestral home, shall we? Bamborough. Is that how you pronounce that? Bamborough Castle.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at this one. I don't know where bacon store is. I can't even pronounce that. Bamborough Castle. Oh, Pink Lady of Bamborough. You see, now this sounds nice.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at the castle first. Oh. About that one, Beth?
Passable. I could, yeah.
A fixer-upper?
Yeah, a fixer-upper.
I mean, you might be able to make the Great Escape down the side of that in case, you needed to get away. Look, that goes right high up them walls.
What, with my legs?
Look at that's a bedroom window there. You could be on that ground there in no time.
What, with my legs?
Sorry?
With my legs?
Well, yeah. What's this here?
I don't know. Can't see.
Can you see? Actually looks like a structure of some kind, doesn't it? Oh, it's a cross, I think. I think it's a cross, like a little, like holy thing. Just look like a cross.
Be.
Yeah.
Could be somewhere that somebody's been buried there or something.
It might be. Might be. But yeah. Does look like a cross, doesn't it? Bit too modern, that castle for me. All right. So Julia doesn't want the castle either, apparently.
I think we're a bit fussy today.
I think you are all a bit fussy. Right, okay. As Richard tells a story, I don't know who Richard is, but okay, Richard, let's go with you, friend. At some stage, Bamborough's eventful history, the flesh and the blood incarnation of this forlorn wraith was a Northumbrian princess. Her father disapproved of a boy she was in love with and sent the unfortunate suitor overseas for 7 years. He forbade the couple to exchange messages and hoped his daughter's passion would cool. But the girl just became more and more depressed. In a last attempt to persuade his daughter to give up her love, the king told her that the spies had discovered that the boy had married someone else. Nasty king. A bad
Well,
man. To cheer the girl up, after this news, the king asked the castle's strict seamstress to make a fine dress for his daughter in a favourite colour of pink. The distraught girl donned the garment, climbed the stairways to the highest battlements, and flung herself to her death on the rocks below. Shortly afterwards, her lover returned from exile, unmarried and heartbroken by the news of what had happened. Legend does not record the date that he fell ill.
what's happened to your mic?
Is it gone off?
It's a bit crackly.
I don't know.
Right, it's okay now.
It's okay now. Just a
Yeah.
wire then. Every 7
Don't
years.
move a wire. Don't move a wire.
Is it crackling again?
No, it's fine now.
All right. No, I didn't touch it. Every 7 years, the princess, mournful revenant, clothed in the dress of shimmering pink, wanders through the corridors of the oldest section on the castle before gliding down to the rocky path that leads to the beach. Here, she stands upon the pale golden sands, gazing sadly out to sea, forever awaiting the return of her lost love. Richard Jones wrote that. That's very nice, actually, Richard.
Well, I wouldn't
Yeah.
bother. I wouldn't chuck myself.
Well, at different times, isn't it? Hi, Glenn. Set fire to you, mate.
Oh.
Watch you burn. Hands up, anybody who wants to watch Glenn burn.
No, thank you.
Yeah, hands up. Yeah. Oh, what a shame. You see, but that's what they did, wasn't it? Back in the day, they controlled the women, especially the daughters, and they had to be with who they wanted to be when they wanted them to be with them. She wouldn't have had a choice in the matter, no matter what, would she?
But even though it's like dark times and everything when they lived in castles and they had to do this and they had to do that, it's like today, like where the Queen lives and she tells all her people what to do. And I'm sorry, I couldn't do that. I really couldn't.
Yeah, because you haven't really been brought up in a time where you had to. I mean, yeah, even in modern times, the Queen does hold a lot of power over her family, but a lot less in recent years. In the last 20, 30 years, I think it's been a lot less. But, since Margaret got divorced, I think things started going downhill from there, didn't they? But we have no clue how controlling they were with. And I'm not being all feminist, I'm not, but towards women. They were there to make political alliances, and that's how they used the children. Well, the women, the daughters. They were used
I think I'm too gobby. I'm too gobby to be in that, in royalty.
Yeah,
I'm
you
too
wouldn't have
gobby.
been them because you'd have just been beating the shit out on a daily basis. You'd have been starved, you'd been locked in your room, and never coming out till, it was your wedding day kind of thing.
I'd have
And
the perfect figure.
well, I don't know. It depends how much they starved you, doesn't it? But
Well, yeah.
things like that. That's the daughters we used for making better matches. Even people who were in poverty used the daughters, and wedding them to somebody who hoped to use them for somebody who was maybe just another step away from poverty than they were, because they thought that would have been a good match. Max wanted me to spend the night with her, but her iron throne was made from Blackpool rock, so I refused. No, it wasn't anything to do with the throne. It's just I've got a bit of arthritis in my knees now. I can't keep that high, so if he'd have bent down, he'd have just been at the perfect height.
I think the royals, today's royals, I think they're wearing a bit thin. I mean,
I kind of like the younger generation of royals.
Yeah, I mean, I think because like my nana, I mean, you've seen pictures of like my nana with some of the royals. She was very into the royals, and
Yeah.
it's like, she's going, well, you've got to wear this dress. They're coming today, but we're opening, this blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, but I want to go in my jeans. Well, you can't go in your jeans. You've got to wear a dress. The Queen's coming, or Princess Anne's coming. I'm like, really? Do I have to? Well, stay at home then. Okay, I'll stay at home.
I can remember when she came to England, I don't know whether it was the Guild Year or something, I can't remember. And all of us from school were given little Union Jacks, and we lined Park Avenue on our park, right? It's a big long avenue with posh houses down. We lined the Park Avenue, and we all had to wave as the Queen drove down it. And and my mum's like, "You will not wave that flag." And I'm like, "But Mum, I have to. Everybody's doing it." She went, "You are not waving a Union Jack." My mum being from the south of Ireland. And I'm like, "But I've got to, Mum. Don't you dare." Right. So I'm a child. I can't remember what I were, 7, 8, whatever it were. Might not even, actually, I don't even think I were that. I might have been 5 or 6. And I'm thinking, nobody will know. You know what I mean? I'm at school. Who's going to see me waving a flag? Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So we're all lined up along this little fence, which is about 2 feet high of that, with our heads over the top and waving our flags, it's Queen drove down. Next minute, I got grabbed on my shoulder and pulled back. My auntie.
Oh, my goodness.
My mum's sister. Now, it's very hard to have an argument with her because she's been deaf since she was 7 years old, so you couldn't have an argument with her. And I'm like trying to, she does lip read really well. And I'm trying to explain that everybody else was doing it. She went, if your mum sees you with that flag, because she can talk, if your mum sees you with that flag, she's going to go mad. She nicked my flag and wandered off and walked straight over to our house across the park and told my mum I was there waving the flag.
Oh, dear. Dear.
In my younger days, I nearly fought for Queen and country. Let me just do that when I can read it before it goes off. Please go on. Doesn't want to play this tonight. Well, this afternoon. Oh, there you go. It took ages to go up that. My younger days, I nearly fought for Queen and country in the Navy and during the Afghan War. Oh. Oh, God. Yeah, I wanted to be up front line. Sorry. It's Rob, I feel sorry for that poor man having to put up with mag sides. I agree. We're all here for you. If you need an escape, just let us know. Pray for Rob. You are fighting the Queen. You are fighting for Queen and country. Literally, that's what it says when you join the army, for Queen and country. You don't sign up to the government. You sign up. You fight for the Queen. You don't fight for the government. You fight for the Queen of the land, and that's who you actually pledge to when you join the army.
I couldn't do the army. I couldn't shoot anybody. I'd feel so guilty. Even if there was a baddie. Yeah, even if there was a baddie, I'd still feel guilty. I couldn't hurt anybody. I'm I mean, I'm mouthy. I think my mouth hurts more than a gunshot. You know, I couldn't. I'd feel so guilty. I'd never live it down.
Mm, I don't know. Well, yeah, we should do Bodmin. This is one of Jane's local haunts. There you go. Let's see what it
That's
says about
Cornwall,
Bodmin.
isn't it?
Yeah, let's see what it says. I actually need to move that bottle. Uh, Ghost of Bodmin Castle. Oh, is that it? I don't know. I thought they'd made it into a hotel. Am I thinking of the wrong one, Jane? She'll tell me. Anyway, let's read this. Now just a ruin, Bodmin Castle in East. Oh no, this is East Sussex. Must be a different one. I thought that this one was in Cornwall as well. Anyway, let's go on. Now just a ruin, Bodmin Castle in East Sussex was built in 1385 to defend the southwest England from the invading French during the Hundred Years' War. Although licensed for military defence, some believe Bodmin Castle is nothing more than a fancy manor built to boost the reputation of its owner, Sir Edward. How do you pronounce that? Dallingridge?
Dallingrig. Grig.
Dallin,
Dallingrig.
Dallingridge. Wow,
Gallingtidge. Yeah, Gallingridge.
right, that's in it.
However you spell it, anyway.
Yeah, Dally. Don't dilly dally. Anyway, whatever its original purpose, Bodmin is considered one of the last great medieval castles in England. Its architecture, which resembled a child's toy, may be found on items ranging from postcards to jigsaw puzzles. Although Bodmin Castle was never involved in any war, it houses restless spirits, like most medieval castles. And no, it supposedly houses. Oh, that's
No,
Richard
I
telling.
don't like that one.
You don't like it?
No, I don't like it because it's in water and um it
See you
could be
later, Jane.
damp. Bye, Jane.
Well, yeah, yeah. And it depends, doesn't it, with a good flood, whether it rises.
I don't think it'll flood, but I think there'd be issues with damp there. I think
Well,
majorly
it's that
damp.
after low tide, though, because it does look like it goes up a few bricks, doesn't it?
Yeah, no, and I look, it'll leak.
Mm. Anyway, let's see what Richard says, because Richard's pretty good at telling these. Some people passing the ruins at the dead of night have reported the distinctive sound of spectral can't even pronounce that,
Rebels.
revels, emanating from the hollow shell. Others have told of hearing strange oaths and foreign sounding songs. Finally, there is the mysterious shade of a ghostly red lady. Oh, red's unusual, isn't it?
Lady in red. Sorry, I can't sing.
And have you had
Sorry.
pink before? Well, it's usually
Yeah.
white and grey, isn't it? So red's an unusual one. Um, ghostly red lady, sometimes seen gazing from one of the towers, her eyes fixed upon some distant object. Although, what is it and who she was, nobody knows. Another mysterious spirit involves a little boy dressed in clothes straight from a Dickens novel. His ghost was seen in 1994 by the castle's custodian. He was seen running towards the castle but vanished midway across the bridge, suggesting he may have fallen into the moat and drowned.
Oh.
Oh, well, probably does. I'm intrigued with the red though, I must admit.
It's it's normally, isn't it? It's normally the grey lady, the white
Yeah,
lady, and these are
yeah.
like colours, and it's just like, that's intriguing.
Well, I think maybe. See you later, Sandra. I think maybe. I think we kind of we'll say people report things with red eyes and it was evil. So maybe it's just a colour because colour is like the sign for an alarm, isn't it? It's fire, it's hot, it's you know. I suppose if a colour was evil, you'd probably pick red, wouldn't you? You
Yeah, I
know,
suppose. Yeah.
from what's from the way people describe things when oh, and it had red glowing eyes, a hellhound or whatever. And I think that's kind of a lot of black shucks they'll say have red eyes and things like that. So yeah, I think colour wise, red's evil.
But you see, I would have, even though red's like you say, red's evil, I would consider black as well. So,
Well, you see, black's a neutral. It's not a colour. I'm being pedantic. Sorry.
oh, okay then.
No, but black's natural phenomena, isn't it? Because we have night.
Yeah,
So I don't know, because you can't have day without night. You can't have one without the other. So well, unless you're in 6 months of the year anyway. Where is it? Up Antarctic way, don't they have like 6 months of daylight?
something. Yeah, I don't think I could cope with that.
It's not my forte. Oh, where's Jane bringing her whip tea? Yeah.
I'm not even asking on that one.
Oh dear. Yeah, so I think I think that's probably why, because it is even now and I can be quite cynical, but a preconceived notion is red is a sign when demons come out to play apparently, and all the nasty critters have some red involved in them.
Why not?
Okie dokie, let's try another one, shall we? Yeah, I don't think I'd want to live in that one. The other two, though, wouldn't have bothered me.
No,
I agree.
I'm not, I wasn't keen on them.
Yeah, I agree with the water on that one. Oh, I've been to Carlisle Castle. Oh, Bowes Castle. Let's do this. My other half's ancestral castle.
Okay, let's see if we'll all live
It
there.
literally is as well. He's a Bowes. That's his, and that's how he pronounces it, Bowes. So before anybody wants to correct me, that's how it is pronounced because that's his
I would
name.
have said bows.
It's Bowes. Like Bowes Lion.
Yes.
The royal. Well, yeah, that's it. Oh, Roman ghost. We like a Roman one. Okay, Roman ghost garrison of Bowes Castle. Oh, let's have a look at the castle first. Oh, now you wouldn't want to live there, would you? Not much of that left.
Oh, no, don't want that one. Gillian can have that one.
But look how thick the wall is. If you look at the top part, you can see it. Look how many bricks have gone into that, or how many pieces of masonry, or whatever they used at the time, rocks. So, have you actually get in close and have a look at that? Because there's thousands and thousands and thousands. It's amazing, and it's dead thick too. Wow, you wouldn't have wanted to. You can see it in the door archway at the side how thick it is, and how many bricks I'm going to say are in there.
Okay, I'm glad you went that way.
You can see it though, can't you? That's really cool.
No, I don't like that. That's Gillian's.
It's actually
Yeah. Sorry, Gillian.
Bowes Castle is located in County Durham, England, on the site of I don't know how you pronounce that. Lavatory. Sounds like lavatory.
Oh, just call it Lava.
Sounds French, that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Lavatory. A fort built by the Romans in the late first century to protect the road across the Pennine Mountains. Long before medieval Europe existed, the Roman Empire controlled most of the known world. They did that. England was no exception, as the Romans occupied and controlled most of it. Occupied territories ranged from the southern coastline of Hadrian's Wall, which stretched across the country from sea to sea in northern England. Bowes Castle was built in 1136 by Alan the Red, Count of Brittany, who also held nearby Richmond Castle, Nearly 2 centuries later, between 1314 and 1322, northern England was devastated by the Scots. Bowes Castle was reportedly in a state of ruins by 1325. Despite its presumed vacancy, the castle still has some residents.
Oh.
Richard's going to tell us a story. Right. I love this website. I'm going to be on it for ages after I come off this live. Despite now being in ruins, Bowes Castle still has the power to intimidate and command. Tradition holds that toward the end of the Roman occupation of Britain, the garrison here ran amok and indulged in a good deal of looting and pilfering in this locality. The
Naughty.
locals retaliated by storming the fort, and massacring the garrison, as you do.
Wow.
But such was the ingenuity of the Romans that they had already secreted away their ill-gotten gains. The treasure has never been discovered, despite the tantalising clue afforded by a ghostly gaggle of legionnaires that are reputedly seen among the ruins, richly burying their plunder. Oh, that's cool. I do like a good Roman one. You see, they might have had control over us, those Romans, but we didn't always let them win, did we? Killed the whole garrison of them.
Glenn doesn't want to live there. He can't get matching curtains. The curtains to match the decor, so he doesn't want that one either.
I hope he's talking about them curtains, not cups.
I'm not even getting involved in that one. I'm being a good girl today.
I just find it really fascinating how thick the wall is.
Yeah.
I find that interesting. I mean, could you imagine if that were built nowadays? I mean, we're lucky if we get like a brick twist in modern housing. I didn't tell like a chopped off. Oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
I did tell you like a chopped off.
I'm glad he used that terminology.
Oh, God.
I won't say the favourite word. I won't say that. I'll be very good today.
No, don't, because I'm not age restricted. I want to leave it up. Just chilling. Just chilling. No crap, no drama, just us chilling.
Yep.
So I actually like the Roman, with Roman gods, because there isn't that many really. I mean, I can't say I've ever looked into it, but I don't think it's a common phenomenon. I mean, I could be wrong because, like I said, I've not looked into it. But it's something I've not seen a lot of, shall we say.
No, I haven't actually.
I think there's the odd one here or there, but I don't think it's a very common phenomenon.
I think what I'm going to have to do, I'm going to actually, I mean, you've given me this, I'm going to study this and see what's around near me and go and take some pictures. I don't think Durham's that far, to be honest.
Huh? You don't think, well?
Durham, where it is.
Durham,
Yeah.
right, yeah.
I don't think it's that far. I think it's only like an hour away.
I think. But I couldn't tell you.
Have a look.
I'm the worst with geography. I mean, I'd get lost going down a straight road to Blackpool from my house, so. Where else should we do? Castle Rising Castle. Chillingham. Castle Rising Castle, I've never heard of that, have you?
No.
Should we do that?
I've heard of the House of the Rising Sun.
There is a house in New Orleans.
I knew I'd get you to sing.
That song's going to be stuck in my head now, though, you do realise it.
That's okay.
It's called Rising Sun. Oh!
Glenn said to do Nottingham Castle after this
Was
one.
it there? We'll do it after this one if it's there.
Yeah. I don't like that. That's too square.
It doesn't look very castle-y either, does it? Or is that just me being pedantic?
It looks like, them porter cabins.
Mm, yeah, it's like they tried to modern it up in blooming like 1700s or 1800s or something, doesn't it?
Yeah, I
Like they
don't like
tried to
that
make
one.
and their walls aren't as thick.
Excuse
And
me.
and like like these like A-frame roofs, they weren't common
No.
medieval England. I wouldn't have thought. It's like, who thought that that'd be a good idea? Let's stick this on.
And then that pole, is that pole for the flag?
Mm, yeah, look, yeah, it is. It's a
I don't
flagpole.
like that one. I don't. It
No, I'm not overly impressed.
looks like a chicken coop.
Right, okay.
Oh, it's in
Goes to
Norfolk.
Queen Isabella of Castle Rising Castle. Castle Rising Castle, located in Norfolk, England, was built during the 12th century. Its central stone keep resides as the most prominent portion of the castle. The keep is located at the centre of an inner bailey, which is accessed via remains of the gatehouse, rather than stone walls, massive earthworks from the boundary of each bailey. Rather than stone walls, massive earthworks. All right, so they built it up from the ground. Right, okay, I
Oh
get what they mean. The castle is best known for serving as the home of Queen Isabella, who lived there between 1330. Oh, it is old then. That roof isn't.
no,
1330 and 1358, and is said her spirit still wanders through the portions of the keep. Very cool. Oh, he's got a book, Haunted Castles of England. That's who he is, Richard Jones. Look, I've just seen that at the side.
oh
Oh,
yeah.
I might buy that. Oh, I
I'll have
might
to
buy
look
that
into
because,
that.
yeah, that sounds really interesting. Yeah, if you like castles, go and get Richard's book because it looks really cool. As Richard tells the story. Richard, I'm going to buy your book. The upper rooms are said to be haunted by the ghost of one of the castle's most notorious former residents, Queen Isabella, the she-wolf of France. Oh, they made her sound interesting straight away, didn't they? As the
Mm.
former mistress of the power-hungry Roger Mortimer, Isabella had been instrumental in the horrific murder of her husband, Edward II, in 1327. It is a widely held misconception that her son, Edward III, following the execution of Mortimer, imprisoned her at the castle in 1331. Nothing could be further from the truth. Not only did Isabella live in regal splendour here, but she was also free to move with her retinue between her voracious residence as a befitted a lady of a social standing. All right. So they didn't really lock her up and throw away the key, even though she played a part in killing her husband. There you go.
Nope.
I don't know whether to be proud or disgusted at that fact.
I don't know. It seems a bit odd, doesn't it?
Yeah, legend, however, states that this formidable woman sank into her old age that was racked by violent dementia. Her last troubled years spent in the whitewashed rooms of the upper stories. She died at her castle in Hereford on August the 23rd, 1358, and was buried in the monastery of the Greyfriars by Newgate in London. The echoes of her last troubled years are still said to rebound through the corridors of the castle. Several visitors have been shocked by the sound of hysterical cackling around the top floors of the building. Residents in the nearby village have occasionally been disrupted by the ghostly screams and maniacal laughter. Oh, you see, there's nothing worse than scary laughter, is there? Coming from the castle in the early hours of the morning. Yeah, I don't like laughter. It's like when I get it over at Spirit
No.
Box and it's just weird and a bit creepy. You
No,
know,
I don't like that.
do Nottingham Castle Mass. I will do it. The animals. Too expensive to get a new roof. It just looks very odd, that roof. So kept his three dragons before the battle of Blackwater. Good woman. Yeah, I know. I don't know whether to be. Maybe she didn't have anything to do with it, and that's just legend that's been passed down, and that's why she didn't get killed herself.
I don't know. I mean, we assume that this is correct in what they're saying, but because we
Well,
don't
it's a
actually know,
legend, isn't
do
it?
we?
It's a legend, so
Yeah.
um, it's only ever going to be assumption. But I think even back then, it's 1300s. I mean, come on, if you killed the king, and he was a king because he was Edward II. If you killed him,
Yeah.
you didn't get anything, and they knew that she'd had a hand in it, even if she wasn't the one who pulled the knife, so to speak. She still had a hand in it. She would have been killed without a second thought.
Of course.
Off with her head.
Off with her head.
Even if she did, still good woman. Yeah, I don't like that castle though.
No.
It looks a bit weird. Do you know what I mean? Where were
It
we
just
going?
looks like a cattle shed.
Right. It does a bit, doesn't it? Look too modern, I think.
Mm.
Where are we? 45.
My neck of the woods.
Yeah, it's where Glenn's from Nottingham.
I'm not
Go.
from Nottingham, but I'll be here.
There you go. Ah. I've never seen Nottingham Castle. I've never even looked at it, to be honest with you. Is it all in this brick? This light brick?
That's the gatehouse.
Yeah.
But parts of that are not original.
No, I would say it looks quite modern brick, doesn't it?
I think there's only certain parts of Nottingham Castle what are genuine. A lot of it has been like refurbished and everything else, but I think and they're still doing it now. I mean, it's closed now. I think it's been closed a year,
Right.
and I think it's closed for 3 years. That's the gatehouse, though, I think. But the other one is because the castle is on a hill. As if I think I'm right.
So
Glenn,
that's
am
just
I
showing
right? That's on a hill, isn't it? The major castle is on a hill.
It just said it looks like a mosque. Like you said, that's not the castle. Right, so that's just a gatehouse, is it, to it?
There should be other pictures of that. Let me just have a look.
It probably is on the internet, but because I was just on this site. Let's have a look. Nottingham. My dears.
Yeah, that's the gatehouse.
Right. I see. Is there a house behind it? I'm just looking at other pictures here.
Are you looking at some pictures?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's got caves in as well, you see.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. It looks weird, doesn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is very weird.
Okay. Visit now. Nottingham Castle is closed. Why can you visit? Yeah. So that is the gatehouse, isn't it? So it's behind that, really, the real castle. Okay. All right. Let's read the.
I'll just send you a picture.
I ain't got Facebook open, me.
All right. Okay. Well, I won't send it you then.
Nottingham Castle resides high on a cliff known as Castle Rock. Well, that's, invented. Castle Rock. What were that? Fraggle Rock. Sorry, it just reminded me of that then. Castle Rock in the city of Nottingham. The original Norman castle was built in 1067 using traditional wooden motte and bailey style, which was later replaced by stone during the time of Henry II. The castle was besieged in 1194 by Henry's son Richard I against his brother Prince John, who launched a rebellion against the king during his absence. Nottingham Castle was battered during the Civil War and demolished after the execution of Charles I in 1649. Wow, it's gone through a few guises, hasn't it? A more
Yep.
modern mansion was built in 1660 with only the gatehouse and the various retaining walls remaining from the medieval period. While the castle is probably best known for its association with Robin Hood, including his final showdown with the Sheriff of Nottingham, it still serves as home to a few resident ghosts. Nottingham Castle stands atop an imposing sandstone crag that is riddled with caves and tunnels. One of these is known as Mortimer's Hole. I'm saying nothing.
I'm keeping shut. I'm being good.
Named for the man whose ghost is known to haunt it. Roger Mortimer, first Earl of March and lover of Queen Isabella, the she-wolf of France. These
Which is
two,
the one, isn't it?
say again,
That's the one we seen earlier. Isabella.
Isabella. Yeah, this is. Sorry. Yeah, this is her. And I love the name Isabella. It's my granddaughter's name anyway. These two infamous characters were a formidable team who instigated the murder of Isabella's husband, Edward II, at Berkeley Castle in Gloucestershire. After Mortimer became king in all but name, ruling on behalf of the young Edward III, in October 1330, Mortimer and Isabella arrived at Nottingham Castle to hold a parliament. 17-year-old Edward had taken lodgings outside the castle, and urged on by his supporters, he determined to rid England of Mortimer's tyranny. On the night of October the 19th, 1330, Edward and 24 loyal followers entered the labyrinth of the secret tunnels that permeate the rock castle. Arriving at the castle itself, they snuck past the guards and burst into Mortimer's and Isabella's chamber, where Edward is said to have seized hold of the man responsible for his father's murder. Despite Isabella's pleading, "Fair son, have mercy on the gentle Mortimer," Edward imprisoned him in the castle before taking him to London, where he had him executed as a traitor. Echoes from that long ago night are still heard in the modern and uncastle-like structure that now occupies the site. In the subterranean chambers where Mortimer was held, footsteps have been heard, pacing anxiously back and forth, while from the castle itself a woman's voice is sometimes heard pleading in agitated tones, "Bel fits es pitet du gentile Mortimer." Well, I'm assuming that means, "Fair son, have mercy on the gentle Mortimer," in English.
Yeah, I'll go with that one. Yeah, and I mean, yeah, that's just the gatehouse, I think, and that's not it's just parts of that are original. They're doing it up at the moment, and to be honest, I think they're putting, I think they're like putting a dinner hall on it or something like that, a restaurant. They're adding something to it. I'm not too sure, but
Right.
I don't think they should. I really don't think they should. It's a castle and it should stay a castle. And
Right. Yeah. I actually know nothing about Nottingham Castle, to be perfectly honest with you. Nothing at all. I've never been.
well,
Sounds
like I
fun.
said, when I went, it was for like me, my bloke, and 3 kids. It's like gonna cost us 58 quid. I looked and I went,
Whoa,
I'm not paying
that's a
that.
lot.
Yeah, 58 quid it was, and I went, I'm not paying that. And I turned round and I walked away, and I went, there's no way. But then I found out if you are a resident in Nottingham, you just take a documentation to say that you live in Nottingham and you get in free.
All right.
But
Okay.
I think now, because they're doing it up, I don't think they're going to hold that anymore, because obviously they'll want money.
Well, yeah. Yeah. Well, they'll have to get back what they've spent, won't they?
Yeah, Yeah. I
That's
mean,
the
and
thing.
so that if they don't honour like that you live in Nottingham, then I don't think I'll be going in anytime soon. I'm not paying that
No.
much. Because me, I can walk round a castle and I'll go, yeah, like that. And if I don't like it, I'll walk out.
Yeah.
But if something grabs me, then I'm there for hours.
You see, I'd have been fascinated with how thick the walls were in the other one for at least half an hour if I was in that castle. The strangest things enamour me. I would have been sat there going around all the walls, seeing how thick they all were.
But I do that when I go to Beaver Castle. When I go there, I mean, there's one side of it which is like derelict and everything, and I love going in that part. And it's like you get the kids, right, measure it, see how long, if you can put your arms round, and they're like,
Yeah,
oh,
I like
I'm
weird
like,
things
try
like that.
again,
Let's do
stretch a
one
bit
more.
further.
Are you there? You might want a bit dodgy then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm dodgy
It went a
anyway.
bit muffly for a second.
Oh, I don't know
All right,
why.
what shall we do? Let's have a look. I don't know anything about
Warwick
Rochester Castle
Castle.
either.
Warwick?
Warwick. You want to do Warwick?
Yeah.
Okie dokie. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the
That's supposed
castle.
to be
Oh,
very
now.
haunted, Warwick.
Would you like to live there?
That's mine. I put claims on it. Sorry, Gillian. That is mine.
Beth's got dibs on Warwick Castle.
That's mine. And the only reason why I said Warwick Castle is because I actually know Warwick Castle. Because that's where all my relatives live in Warwickshire and everything.
Right.
So, and I know what
So you
that's
said
like
County
inside.
Hall in Burnley. You have to give your postcode to get in free. Yeah, that's cool.
All right. So I'll ask the postcode then, Gillian, when I go next.
That's expensive as well. What is Warwick Castle, Mark? I've never been, so I don't know. It's expensive to go in, is it? And can I just say, dyslexic here reading all these, and I don't think I've done too bad, really.
No, you've done really well. I've actually been inside Warwick Castle. I was last time I went in there, I think I was about 9 years old. So that's a long time ago.
Long
Um,
time
but I
ago.
used to
Yeah.
get in free. I used to get in free in there because
Cool.
my nana was the mayor of Stratford upon Avon. So we used to
I'm
get
just
in
going to
places
show
for
you.
free.
Hang on, if I can get my webcam round here, I'm just going to show you where the cat is. Hold on. And try not to flash at the same time. Hold on.
Oh no.
Hang on. Start cam. Oh, it wants. Can I change that there? Where can I change my cam settings?
Don't
Edit
ask
name.
me.
Audio. No, I think I'd have to go out and come in to do it because it's odd name. Oh, hang on there. Ah, there we go. Let's see what else. Just put this. No, it's only putting my snap camera on because I've got snap camera loaded, so it takes it all over. And as I haven't started Snapcam, I can't show you where my kitty cat is. If it
Just
kicks me
take
out,
a picture with your phone.
yeah, but then I can't get it on there, can I?
No, I've got your cups now.
I'll just start. Open the bloody thing. I only want it on for a second, then I'll turn it off again. For goodness' sake, I always get bloody messages. My drive is updating as well, which doesn't help at all.
Nope.
My graphics driver. I don't. one time I go in. Right, just let me stop the cam and see if I can get it on that way. In Bethlehem. That song's going to be in my head now.
Sorry. Not the other one.
No.
There is
Okay.
a house.
I'll take a picture, send it to you, and then you can share it. Oh, it would just be easier if I opened my bloody thing, but I can't be bothered to Facebook. I don't even think I'm signed in on here, to be honest with you.
I don't even know how to share it on here, so I don't know about asking me.
It's a vodka speaking. No, I'm stone cold sober.
Too early in the day, Gillian.
Everybody thinks I need to be drunk to be crazy. I really don't.
No,
Maybe I was
definitely
born
not.
that way. No. All right. So I take this picture, send it to yeah, my OneDrive. Will do. Where's my drive? There. So if I send it to there, it's going to take a second to go, and then I can upload it on my thing in a sec. Yeah, I wouldn't mind living in that castle. It actually does look really cool.
I'll let you have a quarter.
You let me have a quarter? So you're
Yeah.
going to stick me in dungeons or some shite?
No. You'd be on the same floor, so when I get stuck, I'll go, Max, I can't do it. I'm kind of like that, you see.
Right. Let's have a look at this. See, when I set this like desk up and everything, I don't, because I have like a little buffet kind of thing to put my feet up in my chair in front of me, and so I don't really use the footwell of the desk. So what I did is, because my cats hate being like too far away from me, I just put a load of blankets in there and a couple of Sierra's old one, an old quilt cover in that, and I put it in. I put them in the footwell. So now when I come in here to use the PC instead of being in my room on the laptop, the cat's there. Just one sec. Can I just open it on here? Will it not do that? Yes, it will. Oh, that's handy.
Yes, it will. No, it won't. Yes, it will.
No, it's taking its time though, because like I said, it's got this bloody update for my graphics card going. Yeah, so just bear with me. I'll put that back on in a second because we'll do that castle because it looks pretty cool. Right, so screenshot. Right, Google Drive. There you go. That's where she's tucked to sleeping now in the footwell.
Oh. Is that Hallie?
No, it's Sky. Sky don't like being too far away from me. She has to sleep near where I am.
Oh.
She's the one who doesn't like being touched or anything like that, but she has to sleep near where I am.
How sweet.
She's not. If I picked her up, she'd leg it. But when I just leave it to her own devices, she come and snuggles into my belly if I'm laid on my side and stuff like that. But you can't go to her and just pick her up. She's an awkward bag. She's like, don't touch me. She is. She's really awkward. I can't touch her, but she doesn't want to be away from me either. Which is
That's nice,
just,
though.
it's just cat thing, isn't it, that? Whereas Hallie wakes me up at God knows what time every night. Mum, kiss me. Mum, love me. Mum, scratch me neck. Mum, scratch me head.
Oh my goodness.
she nuts me hand to where she wants it. Right, let's read Warwick Castle, shall we? Warwick Castle, which proudly displays more than 1,000 pieces of arms and armour in the Great Hall, possesses an extensive history spanning more than 1,000 years. Warwick Castle was associated with various historic events, including the Norman conquest of England, 100 Years' War between England and France, and the War of the Roses. Wow, Warwick got in and everything, didn't it?
Yeah.
Following the War of the Roses, a peaceful existence began at Warwick Castle. Moreover, it served as the home to the mighty Earls of Warwick. With its rich history, Warwick Castle is a location of many ghostly legends. Richard tells us, for those who come
Hello,
to this,
Richard.
hello, Richard, for those who come to this, I can't even pronounce that word. I know the word and I can't pronounce it. Of English castles, epitome of English castles. There you go. I knew it'd come. Of
Yeah.
English castles, seeking encounters of a more spine-tingling nature, the Ghost Tower is a place to visit. Sir Fulk, Grenville was granted Warwick Castle by King James I in 1604. At the time, the place had been unoccupied for 14 years. That's a long time, and was in a ruinous condition. Fortunately, Grenville, as well as being a fine poet and a playwright, was rich and an influential man who slowly converted Warwick Castle into the most princely seat within the Midlands part of this realm. Grenville served as Chancellor of the Exchequer from 1614 to 1621. He was later raised to the peerage as Baron Brooke and then appointed Commissioner of the Treasury. All right. 7 years later, thoughts of his own mortality led Grenville to draw up a will. He had never married and had no children, so he decided to make slight provisions for his servants, Ralph Haywood. Uh, Haywood was not impressed with the paltry request. Cheeky, get you're a servant.
I
You get
know.
something. I better something. And it wasn't
Beggars
good.
can't be choosers, can they?
Well, no, it was a servant, and sorry, mate, but piss off, you're having out now would have been my response. But
Exactly.
anyway, Haywood was not impressed with the paltry request, and in a fit of rage, stabbed his master while helping him dress at his house in London. Well, okay, it took the
Well,
unfortunate Grenville a month to die. His agony compounded by the surgeon's insistence on packing the wound with mutton fat. Whoa!
oh dear.
Mm-mm. He was brought back to Warwick Castle, and his tomb can still be seen in the nearby St Mary's Church. Grenville's ghost returns to the castle to walk the room that was once his study. Here, witnesses have reported catching fleeting glimpses of his sad shade, staring at them from the darkest corners of his fleeting presence at the place where he once composed such poetic lines as, "If nature did not take delight in blood, she would have made more easy ways to good." Okay.
I didn't know
Well,
that.
I think it doesn't say what happened to the servant, does it? What was he called? Harwood, right? Harwood.
Haywood.
Mm,
Ralph Haywood.
Haywood, yeah. So it doesn't say what happened to him, does it?
Must have stabbed him with a hairpin or something.
I don't know. Did he pack the wound with mutton fat? I mean, I'm not being funny. I know they had some crazy ideas of things that helped back then. But surely mutton fat. I've never heard that before. I've heard lots of different types of herbs and portions being used.
Yeah, but
Things.
mutton fat.
But mutton fat,
Wouldn't that melt when your body got to a certain temperature?
it'd cook.
Oh yeah. So he was like cooking inside, wasn't he?
Maybe that's what he. Maybe he thought that if it spread out, it'd seal all the wound inside or something. I don't know.
What an odd one.
But that is, I can't say I've ever heard of mutton fat being used in that way. Let's have a look, shall we?
Mutton fat. Let's have a look.
Mutton fat used in healing. Mutton fat used in healing. Uh,
Well, it does
oh,
help if you smear it on your joints. It eases arthritis. It says.
all right. Apparently, you can use it for if you put 1 tablespoon of fat and a glass of warm milk. This drink will give the effect of softening the walls of the throat from perspiration and will contribute to the thinning of mucus.
Blech. No, 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 no.
Dried fat tail. Ooh. Bear fat and sheep fat salves.
Okay, because you get a cold quite often, you need to make bone broth,
Mm.
and that is a carcass of any grass-fed animal, bones, purified water, and a tablespoon of vinegar, and that'll
I want
help your
to know.
cold.
I want to know how many animals aren't breastfed.
I don't know.
I mean, even ones that are in, shall we say, bad conditions, that are, farms, animal farms, kind of thing, if you will, farming out meat. They tend to still let them breastfeed at birth, don't they? Because they'll die otherwise, and then they're losing a lot of money at
Mm.
hamstring, aren't they? Bit like spitting and swallowing.
Now, behave.
That's weird, though, isn't it? I mean, I can't say I didn't see anything about packing wounds in them with it. I don't know that what the thought behind that would have been. Packing it with fat.
Yeah, that's a bit odd, isn't it?
Yeah, I can't say I've ever seen that in anything else that I've read. Like I said, I mean, when they talk about witches and things like that, I think a lot of them were more healers, just worked with herbs and things that they found from the earth and things like that. But different plants and herbs and stuff. I mean, and a lot of them still do hold up today. But they'll have some kind of effect. Uh, but seriously, button fat, stick it in. Let's pack that. Let's pack that big gaping hole from the stab wound. Stick a bit of mutton in there. It'd be grand.
Just
Marrow soup is good when you feel unwell. Yeah. So is chicken soup.
homemade chicken soup.
Homemade chicken soup. Rob makes. I like mushroom soup. I love
Blech.
mushrooms though anyway.
No.
Rob makes this fantastic mushroom. Well, he blends it as well, so it's not like pieces of mushroom in it. But honest to God, it's to die for. And he makes a really good potato and leek one as well, which is really
I
good.
make potato and leek. I also make tomato soup. I also make cabbage soup.
I can remember
Um,
my mum was in hospital once, and my dad had to look after us. Now my dad couldn't cook to save his life. She was only in hospital a few days, thank God, because he said, "I'm going to make you tomato soup for tea." Do you know what he did? Put a load of tin tomatoes in a frying pan, right? Mushed them up, right? Put some tomato sauce in it. I kid you not, some Worcestershire sauce, right? Some salt and pepper, and served it to us with bread. We're like, "Dad, we can't eat that. I'm really sorry, we just can't." And my dad sat there just to prove that that we won't give us out else or any money to get a takeaway out, but just to prove that we were all just being fussy, sat there with like about 4 pieces of bread and ate that concoction. And
Yeah.
it was like, Dad, just
What's nettle soup? I've never tried it.
I've had
The
nettle
kids,
wine.
the kids, have had it. Leon's had it because Leon's mum makes it all the time. I'm going, no, I'm not trying that. No, not trying it. I make
No,
lentil
I have
soup.
had nettle wine. It's just a bit tangy.
Mm.
When I was really skint once, I made a cabbage curry. I love pea and ham soup. Cabbage
Yeah, I
curry was
make that.
party for ages. But you were not off alone. Because cabbage does that to you and all, doesn't it?
Yeah. Uh,
I love pea
what-
and ham soup. My mum used to make the best pea and ham soup ever. Oh, I loved it. And our Chloe loves it too, pea and ham soup, because, like, but all the, like, my mum's, but yeah, I love it.
I make pea and ham.
Mm,
Next time I make it, and I'm gonna come over your way, I'll make some and then bring you some.
I do love a nice pea and ham. My mum used to soak the peas because they were always dried, weren't they? You used to
Yeah,
just soak them. And, yeah. Remember those, like,
I
soda
I
tablets?
like I, I love lentil soup. I absolutely love lentil soup.
I've never had
And
fresh lentil soup. I also
well,
like,
I make it from scratch. And the only thing is, it doesn't like me at all. It gives me stomach ache.
tomato
But
soup doesn't like me, and it's all I ever used to eat, and I can't eat tomatoes now without my stomach being upset. Too many. I still eat them,
mm,
but if I ever eat, tomato soup now, God, it crucifies my stomach. It's like, where's the Rennie?
I'm
Oh,
getting
I love
like
a
that
nice
with
ham
coffee
shank.
at the moment.
Yeah, coffee does it to me if I have too much as well. I like ham shank, a nice ham shank.
Don't we all?
Do like a ham shank, it's nice. I don't know how we've got onto food. We
I
did
don't know.
start
I
off
think
really
it's that
well.
mutton thing, isn't it?
It
It's
was that
just,
mustard, yeah. Ugh. Still thinking about that. God, there must have been flies and maggots and everything. I mean, maggots
uh,
aren't actually bad in a wound. They used to pack a wound with maggots to eat all the infection out, didn't
yeah,
they?
yeah.
I don't know whether that'd be a bad thing, but then again, it was probably trying to keep up with all the fucking fat cats. Well, that's me swearing. I'm glad I said hacking instead of hooking.
Yes. Lentil soup made with marrowbone is nice. I've never heard of that, but maybe I could give it a go.
mm.
And if I
Marrow,
don't like it, Glenn, then you're in big
isn't it?
trouble.
Marrow is supposed to be good for you for strengthening your own bones and that and joints. Hi,
Just
Wes, how are you
chomp on a just chomp on a lamb joint and suck all the marrowbone out of that.
doing?
We used to fight over that when we were kids over the bone. Oh
Tell you what we
yes,
used to do, and my mum used to pod the pea, take the peas from the pod. We used to get
yeah,
the pods, peel the back off, and then just eat the inside of it. They were
yeah.
ace. Used to love
Well,
it.
when I had the
So fresh.
allotment, I used to
Yeah,
have like loads, like on the wall and everything, and
yeah,
I used to like pick them all. And then the kids go, "Oh well, just pick some peas and we'll have some with tea." And I'm like, "No, go for it. It's not
yeah.
nice."
We see, my dad used to have two allotments. He actually was head of the allotments association for Preston Council. When he retired, that's because he loved his allotment. And we, he used to cook so many vegetables, everything. And I was always brought up off fresh fruit and veg because that's how my dad always had allotments.
Mm.
And I like broad beans. Not a lot of people like broad beans. I
I
actually
love
like
him.
broad beans. Yeah, I do.
Hi, Wes. I tell you what, I do like stuffed marrow.
Never had it.
Oh, it's to die for. Oh,
Can't say I've ever eaten it. But we always had we had pear trees, apple trees, all sorts, plum trees. It-
yeah, I had all that. And then used to grow the sprouts for Christmas.
we had that
Uh,
much. My dad used to sell it to the local shop, and they used to sell his veggie shop.
Well, I used to think it because I had that much. I used to give it, the old people who was around near me. I
Or
used to
proper
make
oxtail
them a
soup.
box up.
Yeah, proper oxtail soup is amazing. My mum used to make it.
No, 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 no.
Yeah.
Not, I'm not having that one. No,
My
no,
mum used to
definitely
make it.
not.
No, it tastes really good. The meat comes off it. You don't have to have the bone in there, right? The meat will fall off it when it cooks. I've never heard of most of this stuff. Yeah, we, I think England's known. I mean, we eat tripe for fuck's I don't. Never get my head.
Tripe and vinegar.
I could
Oh,
never get into
yeah.
it, mate. My mum would eat it by the ton load. I could never eat it. Never.
Tripe, tripe and
Tripe
vinegar.
is sheep stomach, Wes. Just in case, you might ever want to try it. The
Yeah,
actual good.
I'm odd because I'll try near enough anything, but seafood, no,
I
no,
don't eat seafood or fish.
no.
I don't eat fish either.
My brother-in-law is Jamaican, and I went to a Christmas party, and his mum said, "Would you like some soup?" And I went, "Oh yes, please," thinking tomato, chicken, something like that. And I got it, and I tasted it, and then I looked in the cup, and I went, ugh. And I said to my sister, "There's a slug in the soup." And she went, "What?" I went, "There's a slug in the soup." She went, "No, it's something called conch fish or something." I went, "Oh,
Right.
that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. No, no, can't have that. No, no."
You
So, every time I went round, she'd go, "I take it you don't want the soup." And I went, "No, thank you. No, no."
Just that I don't eat seafood, any of it. No.
Well, they his mum and my sister does it now. It's like um, Christmas time. It's like she does Jamaican food, she does English food, and everything for Christmas Day dinner. And I went round and I went, "I can't sit at the table." And she said, "Why not?" I went, "I can't sit at the table." I said, "That fish is looking at me. It's got eyes." I said, "I can't sit there." She said, "Sit at the other end then." I went, "No, I can't. It's a fish. You just have to move it." She's like, "Oh my God." So she had to move the fish because there was no way I was sitting at the table. I just
Oh,
don't.
no. I Dennis does like proper whole fishes and stuff, trout and stuff like that. Like, no.
No, no. My
No.
stomach, it proper turns. It's
I
it's
remember
not
sitting
good.
on top tonight out and ate it. Honest to God, I was like, just no, no. I couldn't just pop
No.
the eye out of the fish and ate it.
Oh no! Stop it. Blech.
And when
The
we were
thought
adults
of
as
it.
well, and he still used to do, he still does stuff like that to wind me up. He knows I've actually got the worst, gag reflex. One tea leaf down my throat, and I'm wanting to gag. I'm terrible. And
Yeah.
when it's stuff like that, that's it. I'm just off. I don't know. I have honestly. It's like snotty noses. My kids talk to me about them all the time in detail, just so they can hear me gipping. They do it on
Oh
purpose, so
God,
they can see me
no,
gipping and nearly being sick.
no, 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 no.
Nasty pieces of work. I gave birth to the spawns of Satan.
Cockles and mussels and all that lot. No, no.
Oh, I can remember my dad as a kid with periwinkles, picking them out at shells.
Oh God,
Oh,
no.
fella used to come once a week round to our house with periwinkles and we'd have to get vinegar on it. Oh my God.
And
No.
when I was pregnant with my eldest, I went mad on prawns. And now I can't even stand prawns. It's like, oh, no.
Do you know, it's really
But,
weird. I've never ate fish or seafood. It's always made me sick. I mean, physically throw up. And when I was pregnant, I think it was with our Alex. Um, my mum had made some tuna and mayo butties. I can't remember what it were. I think it was like Boxing Day or something, and people were
mm,
around the house. So my mum would put a little buffet on and what have you. And for some reason, just right at that moment in time, my body went, oh, I could eat a bit of that. Never ate it in my life, ever, ever. And got a fork out of the drawer, into the bowl, picked up some of this tuna, and it was this was why no mayonnaise and just some tuna. And put it in my mouth while I run to the toilet. I was throwing my guts up for about half an hour. And my mum went, she's like, "Are you all right? You all right?" And honestly, there were blood coming up because I was retching that much from my throat and everything. She went, "What the bloody hell happened?" And I went, "Well, you know how you get weird cravings when you're pregnant." She went, "Yeah." I said, "Well, my body suddenly went, oh, have a bit of that tuna."
Oh my goodness.
I went, "So I did." She went, "You've never eaten fish." I went, "I know, but my body just decided it wanted it." I said, and then decided it didn't want it and rejected it violently.
Oh God. Yes.
It's weird, isn't it, the cravings you get? It just
I
like
had
it never ate fish, but it decided it wanted to try it.
I had to have with my second lad. He was cheese and onion crisp and Mars bar at the same time. It was like, how disgusting. You know, it's just like, ugh.
I once had, and you can all judge me for it because I deserve to be judged for it, but bear in mind I was pregnant, a rice pudding butty. I couldn't eat it. I had one bite of it. I weren't sick or anything, but I had one bite of it. It was like, I can't eat that. But for some reason, it kept playing in my head that I had to have a rice pudding butty. So I did, but then I couldn't eat it. So
Well,
we
say
all
no
it was
more.
we all marted it was pepperoni pizzas and fresh cream cake coffee was.
Oh,
I didn't mind those cravings. They were all right.
no. And then you'd wake up at like 2:30 in the morning, what, and a dippy egg butty.
Yeah.
Oh, God, this is mad. And talking of food, I better go and start preparing tonight's meal.
Yeah, we've been on over an hour, haven't we?
I know.
We did a few castles.
Yes, I picked
I
my
think
castle.
we actually stuck on target
Topic.
for
Yeah,
an hour. An hour.
yeah. You did very well, very well. Could
We
have
did.
gone the other way.
Well, no, because I didn't age restrict it, so we couldn't.
That's very true. I always age restrict mine because you can guarantee something will happen.
Right, everybody. Thank you so much for popping in. Everybody who's been in, Gillian, Mark, Wes, Glenn, Jane was in earlier, wasn't she? Sandra popped in. So everybody who's actually been in and had a little chat. Thank you very much. Thank you, Beth, as always, for popping on with me.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, anytime, darling, anytime.
Oh, don't start now. Don't start now.
Right, everybody, thanks a lot, and I'll speak to you all again. So hopefully I'll get a video out this next week. I've not been well. I'm still not great, but I'm trying to get a video out on this channel and on my fact channel. So hopefully I'll do that next week. So I'll speak to you all again soon. Take care. Bye.
Bye.